the idea of uniting efforts. In 2015, while working on the opening of a large mall with an area of about 50,000 square meters, I first conceived the idea of collectivization in promotion efforts. Even before the official opening, the complex housed over 100 tenants, each representing a company or a branch of an existing retail chain. At that time, I was developing policies for advertising campaigns within the premises of the complex, in the surrounding areas, and working on a long-term advertising strategy for the object. Since the efforts of the complex itself were not enough to achieve a quick effect, the tenants independently invested in advertising their new outlets and the new shopping complex. It was then that I first thought about the concept that companies, even those competing with each other in terms of their product range, could be allies, sharing the same goal of attracting traffic and consumer demand, which would subsequently create opportunities for sales. They got the traffic, and from there it's fair game. Whoever has better sales wins. Captivated by this paradox, I wanted to create such an ecosystem, improve the quality of tenants' sales, and help them train their salespeople to become real managers rather than the mediocre ones they were at the time. Most salespeople did not react to visitors, mostly sitting on their mobile phones. Today, this might seem strange, but that was the norm back then. I saw opportunities in this for the mall and suggested to the management to create something like an academy to increase tenants' engagement in their personal development and the overall development of the complex. The format looked quite unique and could serve as a unique selling proposition, USP, for potential new tenants of the complex, both in this region and elsewhere, if the system were made centralized. Moreover, surveys and live communication showed that most tenants did not have their own advertising specialists, but were willing to conduct joint advertising campaigns. The management predictably did not appreciate the idea. They did not see a direct, clear, and measurable benefit for themselves, traditionally following the well-trodden path. Like the vendors mentioned at the beginning of the narrative, the holdings management viewed their business purely as a business, not as a subject for research and experimentation. An independent third party was needed, a contractor capable of taking on this function. Thus, a unification project was born, resulting in the majority of tenants showing interest and expressing a desire to participate. The idea was simple: unite and organize promotion efforts collectively. The main advantage wasn't just this. It lay in collective buying. The advertising budgets in this case would not be small individual amounts, but a single unprecedentedly large budget by regional standards, capable of securing significant discounts from agencies, internet portals, TV and radio companies, and other media. To give an example, just a year later, using this same method, I managed to reduce the cost of radio airtime for my client by exactly 5 times. This was a great example of the effectiveness of joint efforts and the idea of collective action. Unfortunately, the project did not last long due to my lack of a full-fledged team, necessary resources, and experience working with people at that time. However, there were examples that inspired with their successes. Perhaps the most striking example for me was the organization ASNA, which provided opportunities for small retailers to survive during the rise of large chains. This movement became so popular that today its market share compared to federal pharmacy chains ranks first in Russia by a significant margin from its nearest competitor. The association continues to grow, serving as a living testament to the effectiveness of collective work. While the model was not historically the first in the world, it was the first and most popular in the country. Similar organizations that unite independent pharmacies to achieve common goals already existed in other countries. For example, in the USA, there is the National Community Pharmacists Association, NCPA, founded in 1898, which represents the interests of independent pharmacies. In 2018, there were so many ASNA pharmacies that Yandex and Adreality launched indoor advertising sales in this network. This was the first experience in Russia of using programmatic technologies for indoor advertising. The pharmacy network became an advertising platform. Such was the uniqueness of this experience. Despite the presence of successful examples, the constant demand for motivating small businesses remains a key factor for their sustainable development. Small enterprises often face a lack of resources and knowledge, highlighting the need for ongoing development of business technologies aimed at increasing their survivability. With extensive experience in this area, we are certainly capable of offering solutions that help entrepreneurs and companies avoid repeating the same mistakes and take advantage of the collective experience already accumulated. It just requires the will and understanding that we can do more than just tread water with infobusiness and endless self-improvement. Small businesses, being the backbone of the economy, encounter numerous obstacles on their path to success. The main challenges include limited financial resources, lack of experience, and restricted access to advanced technologies. The concept of creating equal and sufficient conditions for the stable exchange of knowledge and experience resources among entrepreneurs makes sense. To achieve this, we need to use innovative technologies and methodologies aimed at supporting and developing small enterprises, providing them with the necessary tools for survival and growth. The main idea is simple and not new. Share successful practices and benefit from the experience of others. If someone takes a successful action, they can share it with others and receive part of their success in return. This contributes to the creation of a common pool of knowledge and expertise, allowing each market participant to effectively use the accumulated experience and gain new insights. In this way, we create an ecosystem where the success of one business becomes a resource for others. To implement such an idea, two things are needed: methodology and technical solutions. We need a system where some people can help newcomers by sharing their knowledge and developments, thereby lifting the weaker ones and at the same time learning from the stronger ones. Combining efforts and avoiding repeated reinventions of the wheel can lead to significant achievements, such as creating the economy of the future. The key to success here is working together on a common pool of expertise and fairly and transparently distributing investments that go into gaining experience and eliminating errors among all market participants. Thus, the market functions as a single organism where every contribution is valuable and benefits everyone. The approach includes creating specialized support programs that consider the unique needs of each small enterprise. Ultimately, we must strive to create a sustainable business environment where small enterprises can thrive and grow. Only through joint efforts and sharing experiences can we create a stronger and more competitive economy. Each entrepreneur, by receiving and giving, will contribute to the common cause, fostering the sustainable development of the entire market as a whole. This is the only way.